Philly. Let's give it up for Jay Catapleta.
Caught the bug back in 2008, and I haven't been able to drop it. I've just been chasing the dragon. Your first set is fucking insane. Because you do it, and even if you eat shit, you did it.
Not everybody's into concave titties, and that's fine.
So you do your first set, and it's incredible, and then stand-up sucks for like 5 years, and then you're good again, like the 6th year. And I still don't really know what the fuck I'm doing, so.
I love when girls with big boobs wear jewelry because it looks like their tits are hungry for gold, you know what?
That's really what it is. Like, you get that taste of laughter, and you get that taste of feeling like you're like connected to a bunch of strangers through experiences that are so vulnerable and close to your heart. When you get that first, like, nothing feels better. I mean, I haven't done heroin, but I have a feeling it's not as good just because you get addicted and lose your teeth and stuff. So I'll stick to comedy for now. Fuck you to all the folks who said I can't. This is my special, so I'll rant. And all the while I'm wearing pants. You're hot. Fuck you. Look at my camel toe while your girlfriend looks at you, looking at me, looking at her, looking at you, looking at me, huh? Are you guys together? Oh, I felt the energy. That's who we were talking about earlier. Yeah, there's definitely a fuck energy. I feel it. Yeah, definitely. What about this? Is this a couple right here? Look at my camel toe. Your girlfriend looks at me, looking at it. My lips are the only thing that I like separate but equal. You know what I mean? Like, everything else, I just want us to be one big lip on one side of the pant. But anyway, enjoy your relationship. Everything ends. Fuck you. You bought the tickets, it's too late. I made this such an awkward baby date. And now I'm singing, so don't hate me for trying something new. You're cool, fuck you. Cause this is what I wanna do. Fuck you. Yeah. Yeah. Guys, good to be here. We're all pretending like we're okay, but we're all traumatized. Like, we'll go to a comedy show on a Sunday, that's fine. I'm not scared of COVID anymore because I got that vaccine confidence, but I switched my mic out because comedians are gross. You know what I mean? Like, you guys are all agreeing too hard. Like, yes, you're gross. But I got my vaccine in a very sketchy way. There's this guy named Tehran, and he wears robes on stage, so he's like fucking reliable. And he was like, yo, you want to get your vaccine? And I was like, do I? But it was too late. He had his flip phone out. And I was like, where did you get that, And he's like, all right, you just got to go meet my friend in Anaheim. And I'm like, Anaheim? I don't know if you guys know that area. But that's like going to a food truck and getting your shot there. You know what I mean? He's like, no. So I drive out there, and I meet his friend. I'm like, I made it. I'm in the CVS parking lot. Come meet me. And she's like, come inside the CVS. What the fuck do you think this is? I was already naked, bent over in my car, like, damn it! It's hard to put jeans back on in a car, like, come on, But it's true, we're all traumatized and we all want to be okay, but we're not, when you break your leg and you get a cast and you finally get the cast off, you're like, I'm ready for my shiny new leg. The doctor comes over with a saw, you're like, is that the tool? Okay. And then you see your new leg, you're like, what the fuck is that? Did someone switch out my leg for a baked potato that smells weird? There's weird hairs all over it. It's lighter than the rest of my body. What is that, That's who we are. We're just a bunch of stinky legs trying to be regular legs again, right? It's hard. My only safe place right now is home watching reality TV. I'm like, this feels right, And every time I'm like, I'm gonna watch a documentary. I'm gonna learn something tonight. 5 hours later, Love Island UK cast is my best friend. Just like, this is who I am. But I just want to hang out with my dog, Cheryl. Yeah, I have a dog named Cheryl. She's a Chihuahua, and I love being like, Cheryl, I call her that because she's addicted to Virginia Slims. Yeah, the cigarette. And I'm like, Cheryl, your tiny lungs. And she's like, I can't stop. She loves the way it makes her paws look very ladylike. And I bring her everywhere, and everybody makes fun of me. And I lie, obviously, I'm like, yeah, she can smell when my blood sugar's low. And she can't. You guys know this. I love her, but the bitch can barely sit on command, and only for cheese, you know? But I lie, you know? I hope security isn't watching this. TSA is like, wait a minute, rewind, you know? But I lie and I say that she's my emotional support animal, you know? And people are like, oh yeah, how does she emotionally support you? I'm like, well, when I travel, I put my drugs in her butt. How do you do it? I used to make her swallow a tiny balloon full of drugs. It was like, oh, I had to look through her poop. It was like hard, you know? So this is better for me. How many of you guys actually think I'm doing this? I'm a good mom. I put the drugs in my own butt, okay? And I was convinced, like she got an eye infection, I was convinced it was because I hotboxed her so much under the covers. Do you know that, you know, when you fart under and you're like, I'm gonna keep it under, you know? And I thought I was doing her a favor because I thought she loved the smell of shit until then, you know? I was like, she's trying to get out. I'm like, no, you know? I took her to the vet. I was like, I'm pretty sure I gave my dog pink eye. The vet was like, do you know how anything works? What's wrong with you? I was like, I guess I don't. On top of COVID happening, my parents were briefly separated. Total cherry on top, you know? And it's hard for kids when your parents get divorced. I think I'm a kid still. Like, it was hard for me. But we're a very codependent family. Like, we'd all be at Gap in the dressing room, you know, all together. And they're like, do you guys all need jeans? I'm like, no, just me. I just need their opinions to live. They got separated, and then my biggest fear is that I would match with my dad on a dating app. I was like, oh no. Because I was like all of a sudden into emotionally unavailable older men, you know? His profile's just like 2 kids, 5 guitars. Daddy. No, that's my dad. That's my actual dad. Can you imagine we match? We both show up. He's like, you look great. I'm like, you look great. You look like my dad. He's like, I am your dad. I'm like, you never call. I didn't recognize you. No, guys, I'm kidding. We're fine. We're dating. And I have a totally healthy relationship with Guy, so I wrote this song. I hate men. All the hair you don't gotta remove. I hate men. All the fun parts they go to you. I hate men. Your nipples aren't banned from view. I hate men. It makes me mad that I also need you. Like all the times I need something lifted. I got a flat tire, please come and fix it. You wanna go down on me? I insist, and now stare into my eyes. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's such a tiny stool, right? I'm like, wow, I feel huge. Just leaning, trying to lean comfortably into this. But it is a weird time. We're all trying to make it, you know? I'm Brazilian. Are there any Brazilians here tonight? Woo! Really? Get out. I like to be the only one, please. It's the only thing I have. Você mesmo brasileiro? Olha que legal! Oi, oi! Is your girl Brazilian? We could talk shit about her, dude. Yeah! I'm just kidding. I'm Brazilian, and I'm really proud of it, but nobody believes me, right? They're like, no, you're not, you Jew. Go back to the Bloomingdale's where you came from. I'm like, why? Is there a sale? I love sales. But I know I'm Brazilian because I have a weakness for dudes with long hair. I saw you. I was like, I'm going to braid his hair. I have this fantasy that I have my arms wrapped around you, and we're frolicking through a beach. And I'm spitting your hair out of my mouth. Like we're not even on the horse yet. Like, I yank your hair to stop. You're like, ow! I'm like, we made it. It's the best. You got a great laugh, man. That's coming straight from your dick. I love it. That's the best. Contagious. Hot dude with a ponytail, nothing better. But then you see an ugly dude with a ponytail. Everything changes so quickly, doesn't it? You're like, if you're here, then who's managing that laser tag game across town? Go back. Those kids need vests, you know? It's important. I was just in Brazil before COVID, and you know, the dollar is $6, so I was like a fucking baller. I was like, drinks for everybody! You know, they're like, you're in a store. I was like, pants for everybody. A round of pants on me, baby, I'm rich! Get them tailored, you know? And it's so fun, but you know, growing up in Brazil, very competitive, you know, very like competitive to get out. You either have to play soccer or go to prison. And I was like, I want to model. And they were like, you should do comedy instead. You guys laughed too hard at that again. I also have really bad scoliosis. Do you guys know what that is? It's like the curvature of your spine, you know? Did you ever have that test in school where they line you up like one at a time? I won that. And then my mom felt bad and she found out there was like a cattle call, you know, for auditions at this mall where they were gonna find the next top model. You know, I was like, let's go, you know, put on my tiny little leather backpack and now we went, you know? There's this big line and I was trying to stand out. I was doing like that mirror face, you know that face you make in the mirror and you feel so good? You're like, but you could also be smelling like just a tiny bit of poop. You're like, my upper lip? What the fuck is that, you know? We did that for a bit. Finally, somebody approached my mom. She was like, excuse me, miss, is this your daughter? And she was like, yes, it is. Yes, it is. The woman's like, I work at a chiropractor's office. Did this nugget walk here all by herself? I had a boot. I was like, get her naked! And then years later, I went to the doctor's office and my picture was on the wall, you know, my spine, and I was like, I made it! You know? It said something inspirational underneath it, like worst case scenario. I was like, number one, you know, number one. And then the doctor got really serious and she was like, I hope she develops a good personality because she's gonna be ringing a lot of bells later in life. Just. People are always like, oh, and I'm like, no, it's okay. I've never been sucking a dude's dick and he starts tracing my back. Like, wait a minute. Get my dick out of your mouth and go get yourself a brace, you crooked ass fucking bitch. I'm like picking up my clothes. Like, no, that never happens. Guys don't care. You know, if I had a tail, the guy would be fucking yanking himself in the tail, just like hitting himself in the face with my tail, you know? I could have a tit on my back, he'd be like, hey, you know? Guys are gross. They don't care. I did have regular braces, like the teeth kind, and they suck. You know, as a kid, it's horrible. But then you get to choose your rubber bands. You're like, is the world ready for my love of color? You know? But there's too many things. Like, am I patriotic? Do I love gay people? St. Patty's Day, ugh, you know, so I freaked out. And then I just said, yellow. And I remember the woman's face, like, yellow? Are you sure, sweetheart? It's like, yellow, you know? Just always looked like I had come from eating corn, no matter what. Go back to the barbecue, Jade, you know? Take your weird tit on your back and go. And then I lost my virginity in a closet, and I know it was too early because I still had a retainer and had to be like, hold on. You know, like, I don't want to get in trouble with my parents. Don't want to lose these, you know? You know, it's too early when you still have a fucking retainer. And we were really nervous beforehand because, you know, the first time you have sex, you're like, oh my God, we're gonna fuck. You know, it's like that crazy feeling. And so we chugged a bunch of pina coladas, like, look. And then we later found out no alcohol in them. It was just pina colada mix. Yeah. I smell it and I still get horny for Jonathan Taylor Thomas. JTT squirt. When people don't know who that is, I'm like, oh fuck, I'm getting old. You know what I mean? When you're weird people you used to masturbate to as a teenager, and when they're not relevant anymore, you're like, I'm old. It's weird getting old, right? How old are you? 32. Too old for me. I like younger dudes. I'm so sorry. I thought it was gonna work. Turtleneck. I feel like you play the piano, you make breakfast, you write sonnets. Am I right? Is your name Philip? What's your name? Cody. Philip. Oh my God, that's crazy. I called it. Man, I have a weird name. I'm Jade. My name's Jade. It's a gem. I'm a gem. That's what my parents named me that. No, they used to smoke weed. But I really liked my name, and then I dated a guy, and I found out his ex-girlfriend's name was Ruby. I was like, what the fuck is this? Are you collecting precious stone names? You got some kind of weird gem name fetish? What the fuck is this? I picture him finally meeting the girl of his dreams. Her name is Diamond. He's like, this is Diamond. Yeah, Diamond, my girlfriend, Diamond, yeah. He later finds out her name's actually Cubic Zirconia, and he's like, no! I thought this was real, you know? I like to look at married dudes when I say that joke, because they try not to look at their wife. They're like, oh, no, me, not me. What's that? I get a lot of different reactions with my name, obviously. And the way you say it in Portuguese, you know how to say it? Say it. Jade? Yeah, how do you say it in Portuguese? Jade. Isn't that pretty? Everybody say it. Jade. That actually means penis in Chinese. Isn't that crazy? It's the circle of life. Nobody knows the second part of that song. Just, you know? I just picture Elton John was getting his ass eaten now while he wrote it. Just but woo! If you don't think Elton John is getting his ass eaten out, you're mistaken. I want to be that rich and famous one day that I just walk up to anybody. I'm like, you eat my ass. And they're like, yes, sir, Elton John. You know? You got to close your eyes. Nobody's eating ass like, Did you guys get a close-up of that? Great. Perfect. I'll hit on a dude, and I'll be like, hey, what's up, I'm Jade. And they're like, whoa, Mortal Kombat, right? I'm like, yeah, bro, that's it. My parents fucking love video games, dude. They didn't want to call me Sub-Zero because that's already my sister's name. Oftentimes at the dinner table, my dad would yell, finish it, and I would. And then they were like separated a little bit, and I was like, fatality. Okay, the nerds are at home today. Okay, playing video games, not out. Watching comedy on a Sunday, that's fine. You're so cute. I feel like I'm corrupting you. Are you okay? Chug your beer, dude. It's time. Chug, 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 chug. I'm so sorry. You're fine. You don't have to chug your beer. She's like, do I have to? I don't want to. I'll hit on a girl. And by the way, I figured out I was bi because I was obsessed with Hanson. I was like, are they boys? Are they girls? What is that? I want that. Right? I love it. I love that they wrote that down and we're like, this is the song. You know? So I'll hit on a girl, I'll be like, hey, what's up, I'm Jade. And they're like, wow, if I was a stripper, that would be the name I use. Yeah. And look, I love fucking strippers, okay? Not fucking strippers. I love both. Yeah, I like strippers and I like fucking strippers. But like, you mean to tell me if you're showing your body parts for $1 at a time, you'd use the one name my parents chose out of all the names? It's not a compliment. I'm like, what's your name? Ashley. Oh, that would be my name if I was a bitch. That's crazy. It's the circle of cons. I'm sorry, I knew 3 Ashleys and they were all cunts. So survey says, bing, bing, bing. Fucking Steve Harvey, those teeth, so big. Do you think he chews and like chokes on his own teeth? Like, I don't know what I have against him except everything. Just hate the guy, I don't know why. Cut that part out, just in case I get to work with him one day, you know? You never know. I've been going to therapy, I know you guys can tell by my material. And I've been going for a really long time now, and I'm finally positive that I'm a negative person, and that's just who the fuck I am, you know what I mean? Oh, thank you, wow. A lot of negative people in the back, sitting in the back. We love hate. It's a really big deal, too, because it's out of pocket, and I haven't paid yet, but I will, you know, when she fixes me. And I've been going because I have all these weird fears. Like, I'm scared I'm going to wake up to somebody cutting my hair into bangs. Like, that's really scary to me. Not cute, swipey bangs like yours, like the tiny kind. You know what I'm talking about? You've seen Amélie, the French film? Where it looks like she fucked them up and then was just trying to get them straighter and straighter and straighter until it's just a fucking shoe brush? No thanks. That's not a bang miss. That's a buh, you know? And I'm very OCD and I have all these weird fears about getting murdered in my apartment. Like, you know, everybody's scared of that, right? Like, nobody wants to get murdered in their apartment. But I'm scared I'm gonna get murdered the one night I left dirty dishes in the sink. And they walk in, they see the body, and then they see the dirty dishes, and they're like, oh, just leave it. She was a dirty piece of shit. Oh my God, she has a dishwasher. Should I shoot her a couple more times just for fun? Y'all are dark. That's pretty dark. I didn't think that would work. But yeah, I'm trying to be more chill, and so I wrote this song. I hit it. Yeah. If you go in your house and you check if your straight iron is on again, this is for you. I wanna be chill, and I think I'm chill. Like I say, dude, a lot. Then I remembered I said yes on that condom bill. And that's not chill. Every time I see a condom in a porn, I think I did that. And that's not chill. I know I'm sick, like I think I'm ill all the time. I'm a hypochondriac. And that's not chill. Take a pill. But I'm not worried, cause if I fold all all my clothes. The demons in my head will let me go to bed. I'm constantly afraid of tiny bangs, and that's not chill. My acupuncturist says that I have no chi, and that's not chi, but that's me. I'm finally free to be so OCD. It took me so fucking long to see. I love to clean shit, organize, that's my dream. That's my shit. Marie Kondo all day with the spritz. Don't container store me, cause I'll skeet closet on point, make it drip, drip, drippity drip. So much drip that you'll slip on drip. So clean that shit up before I flip. Woo! Fuck, I'm out of breath. Woo! You guys are fun. My tiny stool, been bringing that along with me. Oh, whew. I'm done. I'm just kidding. So that's it. After the songs are done, you know. Actually, I'm here to apologize to you guys because I started COVID. I fucked this bat. He had long hair. I couldn't help myself. But I was fucking everybody before COVID, right? Remember when herpes was scary? I love you. I was in a really long relationship and everything was falling apart, right, before everything. And we were like, we got to fix this. Are we going to have a baby or have a threesome? You know what I mean? Which one? And we thought a threesome. A threesome's cheaper. Let's do that. We were both really jealous, so we decided that our third person had to be terminally ill. It was the only way. Okay, stay with me, Philly, okay? This is why. Let me explain this, right? Because girls, they have all these rules with threesomes, right? They're like, you can fuck the other girl, but 3 fingers only, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, they have rules. I don't have any rules like that. We just have to kill her after, and then bond over where we bury her like we did this together. Don't look at her tits while you're burying her. They just looked at each other like, why did we come to this? We could have been at home baking. And when we broke up, it was like the whole #MeToo thing was happening, which is great, and I'm glad it happened, but I was very thirsty at the time, so it was kind of like #bad timing for me personally, because men were very scared to hit on you. Like, I'd come up to a dude, I'd be like, hey, what do you want from me? And he's like, equal opportunities? Why are you bending down? I'm like, I dropped my resume. You fucking say it. And I hate when people say thirsty for girls that are horny, because when I'm horny, I need a sandwich. You know what I mean? A juice isn't gonna fill the hole inside of me, But I used to troll this area called Echo Park. It's where it's hipsters hang out, do you want to kill me? Do you want to hang out in my house? We'll find out. And this young guy walks up to me and he goes, whoa, check out the turtles. And I was like, ugh, how horny am I? And then cut to, I'm having sex with him in his van. I'm like, what happened? And then I ended up dating him, and he was much younger than me, 24, and it made me feel good because I'm 17 times 2 plus 1, and plus 1. I felt like Kate Beckinsale when she dated Pete Davidson. Do you guys remember that, before Kim Kardashian? I'd be like, there's more pizza pockets where those came from, sweetheart. And it was fun dating a younger guy, but then he would say stuff that a young guy says, He'd be like, you're hella hot. And I'd be like, let's not talk. Let's see what happens when you keep your dumb little fucking baby mouth shut for 2 fucking seconds. It was like being with a baby, You just gotta put something in their mouth. I'd be like, suck on this. And he'd be like, I'd take it away, and he'd be like, wah, wah, wah. It was cute. It's like, I gotta go get more pizza pockets, sweetie, So one time I was really feeling myself, and I took off my shirt, and he goes, whoa, rad tits. I was like, what the fuck did you just say to me? Rad tits? And then he couldn't get hard once, and I was like, chill dick, bruh. Take a little whiskey now, huh? He didn't like that. But he stayed with me because I have laundry in my unit, and that's a big deal. He also thought I was hot shit because I have a bed frame. Yeah. It's from CB2. What's up? Yeah. And then I had to break up with him because it started to feel like I was sucking his soul out, Hocus Pocus style. Do you guys remember that movie? It was just Halloween. It's a classic, Sarah Jessica Parker plays herself in the movie. If you haven't seen it, it's about a bunch of witches stealing the souls of children in order to get younger, you know? It's like, maybe that's what I'm doing. Maybe he is a fountain of youth, you know? So I started to let him come on me as long as it was like a wrinkly spot, you know, like here, on my neck. Look at my neck. People are like, is that a baby? I'm like, that's my neck. And my whole back is like super young. Look at it. It's like all... I just realized like my parents will see this now, you know what I mean? Like I could hide it on the road, but now it's like on tape. I'm like, oh, that's why I haven't taped it. I'm like, Sarah Jessica Parker will see it now. I'm all upset. Cut the Steve Harvey and the Sarah Jessica Parker out. I'm gonna be in Sex and the City 14 when that comes out. Cum's gross, right? We can all agree. We all deal with cum every day. It's gross, but this guy's like, fucking, I love cum. I'm sorry. You're by yourself in the front. I'm so sorry. Actually, all the white parts of this mural are actually cum. Yeah, it's still sticky. You can still feel it. Cum's gross, but can you imagine if we found out that cum is the one thing that removes stretch marks? Oh my God! We would be fighting over that shit. Give it to me, you know? We pretend to swallow it and spit it into a cup and put it in a drawer, and he'd be like, what are you doing? Don't worry about it, Kevin. Clean up, you know? And then eventually the man would catch on and try to sell it back to us as if we're not avoiding cum every day. They'd package it really nice and call it something fancy, you know, like cum. Cum. Rachel, you look incredible. What is that? Is that Clinique? No, it's cum. The commercial's just Charlize Theron coming out of a pool of it, like. J'adore cum. And they're like, Charlize, be careful. Do not get that stuff in your eye, okay? She's like, oh my God, I did. It's birds. What's in this? Children, Charlize. There's children in there. Don't get it in your eye, Charlize. Just like saying Charlize and cum in the same sentence. My sister just had a baby, so give it up for that. Speaking of cum, yeah, she kept it inside and grew into a person. It's so exciting. I'm the hotter sister now. She looks like shit. Sometimes she looks cute and then she leaks milk from her breast, and I was like, ha! She forgot how to brush her hair. It's crazy. I'm kidding. She knows this joke, I promise. But I got to bottle feed my niece for the first time, and I thought it was going to be this beautiful experience, sharing nutrients, bonding. But you've had a baby before, Philip, right? For the joke? Yeah. I like that you said no as if I was going to ask you follow-up questions. Like, what angle did you feed it at? What kind of bottle did you use? I fed a baby, and I thought it was going to be beautiful, but it wasn't. Like, the second that a baby's lips comes into contact with milk, something happens to them. Like, their eyes roll back. You're like, should I not feed you past midnight? Are you going to crawl on the ceiling? Like, should I stop? And you're feeding them, and they're finally cute, you know, and then you stop for 1 second, and they fucking freak out, you know? It's like when you're sucking a dick? You know when you're sucking a dick really hard? You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about. And you have to stop for just 1 second. Just 1 goddamn second. Because you got this hair in your mouth. But you can't find it. It's like this ghost phantom pube from hell. And it wants revenge. You're like, what did I do to you, pube? And at first you try to be cute. You're like, oh, hold on. Play with your dick or something. Hold on. And then you start choking, and you're like, oh, wait, don't touch me, you know? There it is. And it's this little, but it feels this long. Where did this hair come from? Did a Native American man jog by while I was sucking your penis? And one of his beautiful long hairs just danced into my mouth? What happened? The guy never cares, right? He's like, come on, baby, don't stop. Like, we can't get on my tail and shit. Like, I have to breathe if this is gonna go any further, sir. I like that in Philly, nobody cared that I said sir. They're like, yeah, this makes sense. Just want somebody to pay my student loans off, you know what I mean? I just moved my sister from her farm home to her city home in Virginia, and we got there and we found all this like mouse poop, and we're like, damn it, you have mice, fuck it, you know, damn it. And then I thought, like, wow, mice could get away with so much more if they didn't leave tiny shits everywhere they went. So inaccurate, you know what I mean? Like, get it together. Can you imagine if we did that and that's how you caught your boyfriend cheating? No, Mike, I know these are not my tiny shits, okay? I know what my tiny shits look like, and those are not them. Oh, the cheese is gone. I know another mouse has been here. And then we found out that they didn't have a mouse problem. We had just packed one of the farm mice, and we took it over, yeah. And I just put it out into the city, and then I felt bad, like this little fucking farm mouse with his little hat, you know, his little straw in his mouth. He's got to buy a briefcase, and he's just like, working 9 to 5. Like he's trying to take the bus. He's just shitting everywhere. He doesn't know what to do with himself. That one's just for me. That one's just for me. I might have written it when I was on mushrooms. I might have. So I have a new boyfriend too. Give it up for that. Sorry, Philip. I'm sorry. I had already our whole story of like owning a vineyard with you and stuff, but I have a new boyfriend, and I met him because he was on a reality show, and I made fun of him on my show, which is, you know, age-old story. And he was not even like on a good reality show, you know, like a Top Chef or something that has like, you know, skill. He was like on the STD of reality shows. Can you guys guess it? The Room. Guys, come on. The Room is amazing. Not a reality show. Cult classic though. Great. Danny. I love that. Anybody, come on, reality shows. No, not Housewives. Jersey Shore. This is Mike. No. What?
Wait, are we guessing the show or Real World?
You're guessing the show. The Circle's great. No, Big Brother, that's hilarious. I just could see him at all times. Okay, he was on Temptation Island, you guys, okay? Yeah. He didn't tempt anybody, so I got him. And it was fun because he's like, you know, he's the first hot person I've ever dated because I'm a comic and we, you know, date each other usually and we're all pieces of shit. So I was like, wow, you know. And the first half of our relationship was all FaceTime because it was COVID. And so I had to become like kind of a detective, you know. I'd be like, yeah, send me a picture of your dick, but like in front of your medicine cabinet open, you know, so I could see what was going on. And like I could see him, but I'm so insecure that I felt like he was catfishing me even on FaceTime. You know, like I could see his abs, but I kept picturing Danny DeVito behind him, like yeah, tell her she's a whore, you know. And then I met him 90 Day Fiancé style at the airport, and I'm the Brazilian, so I was like, whoa, role reversal. And you can take the boy out of the reality, but you can't really take the reality out of the boy. Like he has moments, you know. He'll quote Drake to invisible cameras all the time. Like, what are you doing, babe? You know? If I leave him at the apartment too long, he'll shave his chest and oil himself up. I'm like, we're just having dinner, you know? He still introduces himself like he's on a reality show, you know? He's like, I'm Cam, I'm 33, and I'm down to clown. I'm like, ugh. But you guys, when we fuck, there's fireworks. Like, I mean, I live like right next to Dodger Stadium, and that's why. And Cheryl's in the corner, like, yeah. But I'm pretty open, like, as far as dating, like, I'm pretty open. I'll date anybody. You know, like, my one characteristic that I like is that you like me. I'm like, And you know, I'm not a princess. I've eaten ass, but like, there's one thing. I'll never forget you. Can you imagine the first time he laughed? His mom was like, oh my God, this baby's magic. There's one thing I won't tolerate on dates, so I wrote a song. Hit it. This is for you. What's your name, Joey? Joey, crazy. I wake up in the morning and I make some tea, 3 squirts of honey and I let it steep. Then I add coconut milk, but enough about me. I'm here to tell a story about this date I had. Started out peachy, then it got real bad. I guess this story is also about me. His profile was hot. He owned a crock pot. Plus I was pretty sure he wouldn't wanna wear my skin. showed up on time, that's sexy to me. I love a hard dick and punctuality. He even gave a funny name for the reservation. The drinks went in, conversation flowed out. This is what great dating is all about. There was a pretty good chance that I'd suck his wiener. Then he stood up, I looked at the ground. Red flags up, my boner's down. Are those naked toes in front of me? He was wearing flip-flops on a fucking date! Fucking flip-flops. What? Fucking doggy, sucking, fucking disgusting flip-flops. We ain't near no sand. What don't you understand? The perfect man for me would have no toes. And he'd be all wobbly, you know, because he doesn't have any fucking toes. And I'd be like, come here, come to mama, come here, come here. And he'd be like, oh. Wear closed-toed shoes on dates, you pieces of shit. Thank you. Thank you. Right? What's grosser? You know, men aren't getting pedicures either. It's just fucking busted ass toe. Oh, she's kind of throwing you under the bus with her eyes. She's like... Is he wearing flip-flops right now? That's crazy. It's like 40 out. Okay, good. Are there any men here wearing flip-flops? Nobody's gonna admit that shit! Nobody's gonna admit it. Man, but this boyfriend is the first boyfriend I've ever been comfortable enough to fart in front of. I'm in love, you know what I mean? Yeah. The 8-year relationship, I never farted in front of him. Not once. Yeah. I was a bitch for probably like the entire 8 years, you know what I mean? Like, he'd be like, can you pass the saw? I'd be like, I don't like your fucking mom! And towards the end, I was having some digestive issues, you know, as you do when you hold in a bomb for 8 years. And I went to the doctor. She was like, I'm so sorry to tell you this, but you're 100% farts on the inside, and you're dying. I'm like, well, then that's the way I go, Dr. Ava. I'm a lady, you know? And I know you guys are on dates, and you're like, what? I only like Tom Brady and pizza and dicks, but come with me, okay? Come with me on this journey, Philly. You're in bed, and you're by yourself, and you fart. How good does that feel? And it smells so bad. But like, so good all at the same time. You let it marinate in guilt under the covers for a while, you know? Just you and me and Cheryl, you know? And until it gets hot and you're like, oh my God, am I decomposing? That's what happens to garbage. You gotta do this. With the covers. A leg out, that's a classic. And now I'm comfortable. I've been farting this entire time. I'm so sorry. But, you know, back then I was nervous. Like whenever I had to fart, because I'm a human being with intestines and feelings, my brain would panic. Like, you want to fart or you want to be pretty? I'm like, I want to be pretty, please. So I'd roll up into a ball, hoping the fart would hang out behind my knee for a second, you know, like steady. And that's when he would try to snuggle me from behind and be like, no, fuck your mom, you know? And then I would have to wait for him to fall asleep mad at me so that I could sneak into the bathroom of my own home that I decorated myself with furniture I found on the street. And then I would have to hold on to something and let the fart out so slow. It's not even enjoyable anymore, you guys. Shouldn't even be called a fart. That's too fun of a word, too whimsical of a word for what I'm doing. Just slowly releasing a prisoner from my body. You know, like at the bus stop when it's like, it's like that. It's like when you get the best sandwich but the soggy bread. You're like, what? So then I called back in bed really quiet, you know, crawl in, like, shh. I don't want to wake up the prince. Yeah. He's just so tired from all those video games he beat that day. Big day. And then I would get in bed and then he would fart on me. The rest of the night. Wherever his butthole landed is where I felt the heat. It's where I felt the entitlement, you know? And then somehow my bird brain would still be like, I can't wait to suck his dick. You guys and your dumb dicks, dude. You know, if I had a dick, I would slap you right in the face. Not even hard, just like a mashed potato. You can't be shocked you're not in the front. And if I had a dick, it would be long enough to slap you back there too. I have penis envy, man. Just because, okay. Also, obviously because I want to slap people in the face with my dick, but also because I want to be able to pee standing up at a party. I mean, I can do that now, but then people are like, why is she covered in pee over there in the corner? But like, I just hate popping squats. Can you move your beer? I'll show you. I'm so sorry. It's just like, we go like, like this is what we have to do? We turn into goblin monkeys, like, like if someone throws an apple at you while you're doing it, you're like, I don't know what happened. The pee comes out so strong, you could literally give like a little ant in a car the best pee car wash you'd ever desired. Just your thong becomes a banjo, like ding 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 dong ding dong dong. And then you're like, come on, CVS receipt, I need you! For the wipings and the savings, you know what I mean? I was gonna do it on this tiny stool, but that just felt more appropriate, you know? With the people, you know, surrounding me with love. I've become really lazy in my old age. You know, they think Brazilians, oh, adventurous. Like behind the back during sex. No. I wanna have sex while I'm on my back, smoking a joint, eating a Slater, getting a pedicure. Like, this is how we do it. It would smell like shit, yeah. I'd be fighting with the pedicure lady the whole time. Like, I know there's no pinky toenail. Okay, paint it. I'm about to fuck. Make it look real. But guys nowadays, they're like crazy, you know, because they watch too much porn. Like, they love to have stand-up sex. Not sex with a comic. Ew, I don't want to depress you. But they love to have sex while standing up. And it's fun. It's adventurous, you know? But it just always feels like the guy missed a day at the gym, and now he's just trying to make up for it. Repeatedly lifting you for no reason. You're like, oh, now you can multitask? Not when I ask for lemons when you're at the grocery store? Okay, I'll get them myself. And it's such a journey for you guys, you know? And it's fun because you're picking something up and fucking it. Like, yeah, you know? We're getting picked up, so it's harder for us to like, how do we distribute, you know? You want me to be like a dead body or like a fairy, you know? I have a musical theater background. I go dead body every time. You know, girls, sometimes they do rose petals. I just do caution tape. I'm like, I'm dead, you know? And it is really a journey. You first pick us up, you can't even believe it. You're like... And then the first pump is so slow, you know, it's just this like... Like, you know when you get pizza and it's too hot, but you're like, I'm gonna take a bite. I gotta take a bite. And then you're like... like blowing and chewing at the same time. Like you could have waited 20 seconds, but you're like, I gotta get that Supreme in my mouth, you know? So the first few pumps are just pizza pumps, just, you know? And then they get that carb energy and they're like, gaga, 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 you know? They try to say a curse word, but their dick won't let them finish it. You know, they're like, you know? It's romantic. And they finally get it, and you're in rhythm, and you're like, yeah! You know, your leg is flapping, you're like, okay! You know? And they think they look like fucking Viking gods, you know? Hair blowing in the wind. Like, you remember Fabio before he killed all those birds on the roller coaster at Six Flags? But our POV is more just like a dude trying to blow out a cake covered in candles, and he wants every wish, you know? So our POV is just like a guy like, he's drooling, his veins are popping out, you know, covered in sweat. There's a spotter. You're like, who the fuck is this guy? We have to kill him. You guys, you have been incredible. Thank you for being here. This is a really special moment for me. Yeah, thank you guys for being a part of this. Thank you guys. I'm Jade Calabretta. One more time.
Vamos ficar jadeada.
Ah, vamos lá. Really important what earrings I'm wearing.
No, it is important.
It is important. I left my mic one night, like I was like doing a Comedy Store set, and I put it in an Uber and sent it to myself. Isn't that so sad? It's like I can't do it without my mic. Just got to Philly. There's a huge energy in the air. I feel like it's gonna be a great night. People are ready for my dick jokes. I can feel it, so it's good.
So many dicks.
So many dick jokes. Not enough days. 10 minutes before the show, I'm feeling calm. For me, that's very weird. Something bad's about to happen. No, I feel good. I feel like I had 6 shows this weekend. I feel practiced. I have fake eyelashes on. I mean, I feel great. Yeah, I feel good. My boobs are in. Everything's in. You know, it's time to do it. It's time.
Just gonna see how hot you look, and that is what
And
matters.
then they won't laugh. Great. They'll all have semis, but no laughter.
Your eyelashes look amazing.
Thank you so much. I did them myself. Yeah, just me, myself, and I. Very excited. I have a musical theater background. I know you can tell by how my pants are. I've never seen a special like this, so I think there's going to be more music than people are used to seeing. And these were composed by this great composer named Dan Gross, who I love, and so I'm just excited to see it come together.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I'll be hyperventilating in the bathroom. Thank you so much.